that. Okay. All right. So we'll make sure we pass this along to the team. So welcome. And Amy, if you can tell us a little bit about your background and that kind of thing before we start to dive in as people are joining.
Sure. First of all, I'm so proud of all of you guys for showing up. That's obviously number one, is to show up for your business. And like Linda said, I have the honor of working with her. She's got such a big heart. She's got huge goals for herself, for all of you. And she's so coachable. So being coachable is something that I didn't know at first. And I'll tell you guys about my story, but being coachable and open to hearing other ways is always important. That doesn't mean that what I do is the right way, or Linda or Suzanne or Mary, anyone, David. It's what works best for you. And there's a difference between, oh, I'm uncomfortable because someone's pushing me to do something I'm not used to doing, and oh my gosh, I might throw up if I do this. This is not okay. I don't feel good. There's two different ways, okay? And we want to make, and so just so you know, I'm a boy mom and I'm very blunt. So if you hear some words that you're not used to hearing, I'm not going to apologize because that's who I am. But just know you might hear that stuff. But we want you to get out of your comfort zone a little bit and be open to different things. But I don't want you to be so uncomfortable that you don't feel good about your business or anything like that. So a quick background on me. I am married to my husband. He works night shift. We've got 3 boys. We had a little foster daughter for a year, and we live in Chicago. So I went through a family tragedy, one in 2017, and I tragically lost my cousin out of nowhere. He was young, and it opened my eyes that this life I was living was not the life I wanted to live. My husband and I were like barely slapping hands, maybe, if we didn't have to get a babysitter, because I had to get home from work and he had to leave to go to work. We were barely seeing each other. I was driving in downtown Chicago traffic, which if anyone has been here, it is not fun. And I would walk in the door and I would be so angry and short-tempered, and my kids just wanted me to hug them and love them. And I wasn't, because I was so angry. So I told my husband one night, I'm changing this, I'm figuring something out. So I started my own accounting company, and I had no idea what I was doing, but I figured Google could help me. And then some samples arrived at my doorstep. I didn't know anything about it. My friend kept bothering me. You know, she's doing that follow-up thing that we hear about. And I was like, leave me alone. She's like, oh, we could get on a call. I'm like, I'm not getting on a call with you. Leave me alone. And I ended up joining all by myself because I didn't need someone to hold my hand and tell me, do this, click that, do that. And I didn't know what I could do. But she's like, hey, you can make money doing this. And I was like, I need money. I just started an accounting company. And I said, well, I don't know how to do this. So this is really important to listen to this next spot. So she said, you know how you talk about Taco Bell to people? Do that with these products. And I was like, what? She's like, I don't care what anyone, you can all say like Taco Bell is gross. It might not be the best thing. It doesn't matter to what you guys think. I love Taco Bell. Okay. So if I'm telling Linda, hey, you really need to try that cheesy gordita crunch, and she goes, do you know what's in there? I don't think you really need, I would be like, okay, Linda, don't try it. No big deal. And I would not care. Okay. So please listen to what I'm saying here. I love Taco Bell so much that I don't care if you like it or not. You are not going to change my mind. You can send me pictures of things, court cases of things. It doesn't matter to me because I love Taco Bell. Okay. Now you're probably thinking, what the heck is this girl talking about? Linda just said she's like amazing. And I was talking about freaking Taco Bell. You should talk about your products the same way I talk about Taco Bell. Who here wants to go to Taco Bell with me? Who's coming with me? Anyone? We got 2 people. Okay. The rest of you might be, trying to hold back some throw up in your mouth. I don't care. So when I offer you my product and you say, I don't care because I love the products. And that's where you need to be with your products, with your opportunity. If you don't want to come sit at Taco Bell with me, that's okay. It's not the opportunity for you. But I'm not going to stop sharing my products or sharing my opportunity because one person told me that Taco Bell is the worst in the world. So with that being said, how many of you are that confident with your products that no matter what anyone says to you, you're going to keep promoting them? Okay, I see all the hands. That's exactly it. That is all we need to be successful in this business. You have to love your products. Now, I don't love all of Taco Bell products. Trust me, there are some really gross things on that menu. I don't talk about them. You will never hear me talk about some products on that menu because I don't like them. Just like my company, there are products that we have that I really don't like, and that's okay. So maybe you guys have products in your company that you don't like, or maybe they're not for you, or, you know, depending on what products you have or whatever. That's okay. You do not have to talk about every single product. You just have to talk about the ones you like. So let's say I am trying to sell this phone, and this phone is the worst. It's the dumbest phone ever. If I try to sell you this, I'm like, yeah, so it like fits in my pocket and it's pretty light. You're gonna be like, okay, no, I don't want your dumb phone. But if I tell you about this water bottle, and I'm like, look at how colorful it is, and it has a handle, and I can carry it around, and oh, I feel so refreshed, and it has time things on it. Don't you feel how much more confident I am with this water bottle versus my phone? That's how it is with your products, okay? So you don't have to only talk about those products. Let's say lipstick. I do not like lipstick. I don't wear it. I'll probably never wear it. But that doesn't mean, so now I'm going to explain how you can talk about products you don't like with a good way, okay? So very honestly, in this industry, people want to know you, they want to like you, and they want to trust you, okay? They get to know you by showing up, by putting yourself out there, by putting up posts, by talking to people. That's how they get to know you. They're going to like you by what you say, who you are. Do you make them laugh? Do you make them smile? Do you make them feel fuzzy inside? Do you tell the truth is how they get to trust you, okay? So if we're talking about lipstick, and my company sells lipstick, and it is this lovely shade of blue, black, whatever color this pen is, I can say, listen, Rebecca, we've got lipstick. It's personally not for me. I think the color is terrible. It makes my lips feel all kind of blotty, but I do have some customers that absolutely love this lipstick. It's not for me, but it might be for you. Would you be open to taking a try? Okay. So I told the truth. I could have very easily been like, oh my gosh, Rebecca, you need this lovely black lipstick. It would be so good on your lips. Could I do that? Yes. Would I go to bed feeling good? Probably not, because I lied. Okay. This is not a corporate business. This is your business. This is who you are. You are the face of your business. How many people know a corporation that has gotten in trouble for lying, being deceitful? Yep. Right. If they want to go to bed like that, that's fine. If someone on this call is like, I'm going to sell the heck out of that lipstick, that ugly lipstick that I don't like, that's fine too. It's not for me though. Okay. But Rebecca might really want lipstick and I can offer it to her. It's just not for me. So be honest. And I'll tell you, okay, there's a product in my company that does not smell good to me. I think it smells like old people at church. It is not a good smell. I will tell you though, anytime I go in my stories and I talk about this product, people message me, I know this is going to sound weird. Can I get that product that smells like the old people? It blows my mind. But it's because I share the benefits of that stinky product. I tell them that I truly don't like it, but I have customers that love it. So that's trust. That is trust, right? So making sure you're always sharing the benefits with products, whether it's this amazing water bottle or this gross black lipstick, the benefits of it are what people want to know. Okay. So that's a little bit about me. And that is pretty much how I built my business. My first people, you know, when you join a business, your upline tells you to go talk to, you know, your people, your warm market, mom, sister, sister-in-law, best friend. No, absolutely not. Not trying it. Don't want anything to do with it. This is going to fail. You're going to suck at it. You're going to regret doing it. That's what my warm market told me. I'm 5 years in this business and I still have mom, kind of uses them. Sister, no, friend. Okay. So of these 7 people, my mom kind of uses the products. I've made money in this business. I've had a huge transformation in this business. I'm still doing this business. And my best people, my support system all told me no. But guess what? I don't care if they come to Taco Bell with me. I'm going to Taco Bell. Right?
Right.
So how many of you have gone to your best friend, your sister, maybe even your spouse, and they doubt you? They turn their nose up to you. It's okay. I guarantee you have a Taco Bell in your life, something like that, that you are so confident about that if you offered them to go and they said no, you wouldn't get so upset. So don't let these no's get you upset or take you off of your dream. You said yes for a reason. Don't let them change that. Okay. Okay. So that is my story getting in and how I told people. Well, actually, okay. So then all my best people told me no. Well, what the heck am I going to do? I don't know very many more people. You know, I sit in a little cubicle at work and I don't talk to anyone. I'm just this nerdy accountant crunching numbers over here. So I said, oh, well, I mean, maybe I'll talk to my coworkers. No, nobody wanted it. Okay, well, that sucks. So how am I supposed to make money if everyone keeps telling me no? So have you ever heard the phrase like throwing wet noodles at a wall? Yeah, I emptied like boxes and boxes and boxes of noodles. Nothing was working. And then I was like, you know what? I've got products that anyone can use. I'm just going to start talking to everyone. So I talked to everyone. You did not want to be near me. Gas station, grocery store, school pickup. I don't care. In the line, in traffic. I talked to every single person, but I had that confidence. I knew I liked what my products were doing for me. And I knew that I could help you. I could help every single person on this call. So I could ask all of you, hey, Suzanne, you know, I've got these products that have really changed my life. I feel this way now, or I look this way now. Would you be open to taking a try or taking a look at them? No. Okay, see you, Suzanne. I'd move on to the next person and the next person and the next person. And I didn't care because I love the products. So how many people have had that before? Where you go to someone, you're like, oh, they're going to say yes for sure. And then they say no. Anyone? Yep.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Kind of upset, maybe mad. But you got to get to that point where you're like, nope, moving on. And I'll tell you, here's where I said I'm a little blunt. There are people that I have talked to 5 years ago complaining about the same things. I don't even have a penny in my bank account 5 years ago, and they still don't have a penny in their bank account, and they still don't want to give my opportunity to try. I've gotten to the point where sometimes I'm like, okay, no big deal. And I move on because it's just that fast now. You just gotta, you can't keep spinning your wheels with the same people. Okay. If it has been 5 years that I've been following up, and there are other people that 5 years, you know, I sent them one message, forgot about them. They're like, hey, you know that stuff you use? Can I get on that? And I'm like, 5 years ago, you're still following me? People are watching you. Okay. So is everyone, you all understand this? You're all confident. You're all going to go sell Taco Bell. I mean, whatever your products are, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to how we find people. Okay. So Linda said that you guys have kind of done it a different way than where we are now. Okay. The way we are building today is completely different than the way we were building in 2020 January. Completely different. Okay. The pandemic changed things so much. I think so many people ran to get a side hustle. So many people did all these events virtually. So things are changing. And I wish I could tell you to listen to exactly what I'm saying and you're going to have success. But guess what? It's probably going to change tomorrow. And then in 6 months, it's going to change. And then in a year, it's going to be different. It's really important to keep plugging in to trainings. No matter where you go, you can YouTube things, you can find things, you know, find a trainer that you like on Instagram or Facebook, keep plugging in so that they can do the legwork, the hard work, and you can just implement what they tell you. Okay. So like I said about telling the truth about, you know, this black lipstick, building your business is the same way. There may be people on this call that when you hear what I say, you're gonna be like, nope, not doing it. Nope. I'm not going to do it. That's okay. My goal for everyone in this industry is to be comfortable building the business that they want to have. Okay. So here are some suggestions to building more on social media. I've got 3 young boys. They are very active. My husband still works nights. I cannot go out building business at a restaurant, going to a coffee shop, meeting people for drinks. I cannot do that. And I'm for sure am not having people in this house because you never know what you're going to walk into. Okay. So I have essentially built my entire business cold market, not the yucky kind, and online. Okay. So when you have all of your best people tell you no, you got to figure something out. So do you guys have products that every single person could use? Yes or no? Yes. So why are you not talking to the person in front of you at the grocery store? Why are you not peeking around the gas station, pump saying, hello, friend, and offering them products? Okay. If you're not doing that, are you not doing it because that makes you really uncomfortable? Are you not doing it because they might tell you no? Or are you doing it because, or you're not doing it because you just didn't think that, oh, I could literally talk to anyone. Okay. It could be a combination of everything. It's not that easy to just talk to strangers. But when you love something so much and you know, this is key, you know that it will change their life, you need to put away your pride and offer it to that person. And you're going to do it one time and you're gonna be like, ooh, I didn't like that. And then you're going to do it a second time and you're gonna be like, okay, that wasn't so bad. And then you're going to do it a third time and you're like, wow, that's really nice. So you can talk to every single person and you don't have to go up and say, hey, Kim, hey, stranger behind me. I've got this amazing product. You have got to try. That's weird. Don't do that. You will never do it again because you're going to feel really weird and they're going to look at you like you got 4 heads. But if you just turn around in any situation, okay, so maybe like the whole reaching out to the person behind you doesn't make you comfortable. Maybe you're at a restaurant talking to the waitress. I have a waitress on my team. She was my waitress. She was really nice. And I just left her a Post-it note that said, I really appreciated how kind you were. I have this opportunity that I'd love to chat with you about. Give me a call tomorrow. And she called me because I was genuine and I was friendly and I had something that I knew she would be good at. Okay. Now she hasn't done anything with it. Does it bother me? No, because I gave her the opportunity. And for whatever reason, she didn't want it after she signed up. That's okay, right? We can't make people do things, but I felt good that I offered her an opportunity to make more money as a waitress. I know how waitresses work. It's hard, okay? So when you're talking to people in public or maybe at a family party or a friend party or a sporting event, just know that you have something to offer them, okay? They might not be like, oh, I'm so achy. I hate my life. I wish I had money. They're probably not going to say that right up front. Just, hey, I've got these products. I don't know if you're interested, but I'm just curious. Would you be open to taking a look at them? If I said that to any of you, who feels that was yucky? No. It's not yucky.
No,
it's something I love. And I'm just asking if you want to take a look at it. You could be like, nope, crazy lady. I don't know who you are. No, thank you. No big deal. I felt good that I offered it to you. Okay. So just like Taco Bell, we're going to keep going back to Taco Bell. It's okay that they don't want to hear about it. It's okay that they don't want to go to Taco Bell or try a little nibble of your taco. That's okay. You just move on. All right. So cold market online is my absolute favorite. If you are in a slump and you have not signed up a new customer, you haven't helped a new rep, you haven't done anything with your business is stuck. Cold market is the way to go. Want to know why? They don't know you. You don't know them. You can send a ton of messages in a little bit of time and you feel good. It gets you excited again. It really does. So doing something new is always fun. It's always a new reset to your business. When your company comes out with a new program or a new product or an incentive, you get excited again. It lights that fire. But here's the thing. Companies shouldn't have to do that to get that fire going, okay? If you feel like your fire is like dwindling, it's just like this little thing instead of like this big fire, you got to figure it out. What were you doing when your fire was really big? When you were loving your business, building it? Find that again, okay? Maybe you were doing events. Maybe you were getting on trainings more. Maybe you were tight with your upline and you were checking in with them and you had this going. But you got to figure that out, because if you don't figure that out and you're sitting with this little fire over here, just like spurting, guess what? That's where burnout comes in. That's where people quit. A lot of people in this industry, this is not their mainstream of income. It is an optional income. So when you have that, that's great. We all want that, right? We all need multiple streams of income, especially passive income, residual income, whatever you want to call it. But network marketing is supposed to be your passion. It's not a corporate job where you clock in, clock out. It's something that you love to do. And you love to do it because you're doing it in addition to your normal life. So when you start feeling this little fire is just like a birthday candle down here spittering away, you got to figure it out. Whether you step back and say, okay, let's think. Why am I doing this? You know, we all hear about the why, and I roll my eyeballs when I hear people say like, your why. The why isn't always, okay? Why is because I want this. But you need to know what is going to get you to that why. Why are you going to show up every day? Why are you going to make a post? Why are you going to push that stomach uneasiness aside and talk to someone? It's more than just a why. It's your life. So we're going to keep rolling into this, but this is where if you feel like you're stuck, okay, and you're like, Amy, I don't remember when I went from like roaring fire to like this little piddly thing. I want you to think about this: success, okay? Everyone on this call has a different definition of success. Earl Nightingale has this, I don't know, it's on YouTube. I think it's called The Secret something. I'll get it. I'll look it up now as I'm talking. So anyways, has anyone ever heard of Earl Nightingale? Or have you ever heard of his little show, his little speech? It's like 26 minutes, The Strangest Secret, okay? You can listen to it on YouTube. It's like 26 minutes. I believe you're supposed to listen to it for 30 days in a row. It is the most boring thing you will ever listen to, ever. He talks like this. 26 minutes. He talks like that, but the message, he essentially says, success to the person who wanted a gas station on the corner and has a gas station on the corner, that is success. Success to the woman who wanted children and be a stay-at-home mom and is a stay-at-home mom, that is success. So do not compare your success to anyone else's on this call. Don't do it, because everyone's success is different. Someone on this call might want a $1 billion house. Wow, well, that sounds kind of nice. I'd kind of like a $1 billion house. How many people would want a $1 billion house? Maybe. I think that sounds terrible. That is a huge house. Like, we're never even going to touch half the rooms in it, but that's my thought. Okay. Maybe Linda wants a $1 billion house. She can invite me over and I might go on a tour for 3 days, but that's not my success. Someone else might want just, you know, a couple extra dollars to get their nails done every month without feeling guilty. That's great. That sounds terrible to me too. That's not my thing. I want to build a gym where I can teach self-defense to people of all ages. That's my success. You might be like, that sounds terrible too. I don't care. Just like Taco Bell. Maybe I'll own a Taco Bell one day. I don't know, maybe. But my success is not yours and your success is not mine. So you cannot compare to anyone else. Everyone on this call has different success. Everyone on this call has had success because you're on this call. Maybe your success was just clicking join now. Maybe your success is building $1 million business. I don't know. And it doesn't matter, because here, all I see, I don't know you guys. I just see faces. I see normal, kind, smiling faces. That's what I see. So I don't know what anyone's success is. I don't know why you're doing this. I don't know what your goals are, but that doesn't matter. Nobody needs to know anybody else's except for you. So when you know what your success goal is, then break it down. So let's say you want that $1 billion house. Well, just telling you, you can't get that tomorrow. Sorry. But maybe you do want it. Well, before you get $1 billion house, you should probably make $1 million, maybe 100,000, maybe 50,000, maybe 10,000, maybe you should make, gosh darn, $50, okay? But until you go so low with your goals, that is so far out there. How many people think they could have $1 billion house? We all can, but are you going to do it? So take your goal, your success goal, what you see in your future, when you are looking in 20 years, what do you see? How are you going to get there? If it's going to take you 20 years to get there, you got to break it down a little bit. So I want you to go to the little itty bitty thing. So we're going with $50, right? I'm going to get $1 billion house and my goal is $50. Okay, well, what am I going to do today to get to $50? Well, I got to talk to people. I can't just put up my black lipstick. Like, no one's going to buy that. I have to show up. I have to ask people, hey, are you open to taking a look at my products? Hey, are you open to taking a look at my opportunity? And when I do that, hey, I did it. But I'm going to tell you, you can't make $50 on one reach out. You can't make $50 on one post. You can't make $50 on one story. You can get eyeballs on you, but you have to ask the question. If you are someone that has that influence online, that you can say, like, I've got this amazing black lipstick, you really need to try it, it's on super sale, and people come to you, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. But you didn't get there by just holding up the lipstick. You have done the work in the past that people don't see. So someone in your company, I know you all know someone that you're like, they just put up whatever they want, this little thing right here, and people buy it. Yeah, they do. But you don't know where they were 10 years ago. You don't know what they've done to get to that point that they can just hold up something and everyone comes running. Same thing. Do not compare your success to their success. They might be studying day in and day out. They might have a degree in attraction marketing. You don't know. They might have someone doing it for them. Okay. So you have to know why you're doing it. Seeing that $1 billion house, like, oh yeah, great. That's why that's why I'm here. I'm going to get that $1 billion house. Okay. Is that $1 billion house going to make you show up tomorrow? Because that's pretty far away. But $50, man, when I get $50, I'm going to treat my whole family to Taco Bell. Don't you think I'd show up a little bit more knowing that I have a goal attached to that $50? Probably. And that's where you have to be. You have to want to show up every single day. The day you decide you don't want to show up, you either have to do it anyway because you're just in a slumpy, you're like a pig stuck in mud that day and just step through it, or you have to sit back and be like, okay, this is now 2 days in a row that I haven't wanted to do this. Why don't I want to do it? Is it because I don't want to do this business anymore? Or is it because I'm just confused? My goal isn't really my goal. I don't really want $50 to go to Taco Bell with my whole family. I want $100 to take my husband out to dinner. That's what I want. So my goal had to change because $50 spent on my kids at Taco Bell does not sound fun. That's not going to make me show up. It's going to put a block. I'm going to sabotage myself, which we'll talk about in a future call. I know it. I'm going to sabotage myself to not get that because I really don't want that. Just so you know, my goal used to be to take my kids to Disney because that's what they want. Not me. That's what they wanted. And I'll tell you, I haven't got to that point because I didn't want to go there. So I was holding myself back to hit that rank because I didn't want to take them to Disney. But who says that? What kind of mom says that? Oh, this mom right here. Because guess what? When I hit that rank, we could go to Disney. We could go here. We could go there. It doesn't have to be attached to Disney at that rank. So I want you to set your goal for something not, well, Amy said, break it down to $50. If you don't know what you're going to spend that $50 on, don't choose it. Figure something else out. Maybe it is $100 to take your husband out to dinner or your wife or your best friend or your kid. It doesn't matter. You have to show up for that. If you are someone that is like, I don't know, get a picture. Okay. I just want to make sure I don't have anything on here. I have on my home screen, when you look at my phone, is a picture of my family because this is where I make my money on my phone. Every time I click my phone, I see my family. So I'm not sitting here scrolling. No, because I see my family. My family is why I'm doing this. Then when I open my screen, I've got another thing behind here. This is my vision board. It is my graphic on here. I'm not going to show it to you, but it is on here. And it is so gosh darn exciting to see that I've checked off most of these because it's on here every single day as I'm going to look. Do I go to Facebook, TikTok, Instagram? Oh, there's that goal. Oh, there's that goal right there. It's saying, Amy, you have goals, focus. Okay. So you have to know why you are showing up. If you don't know that, take time tonight before you go to bed and just think, what is the one goal you want? What is a small goal that is going to get you to show up tomorrow? So now that we all know each other, well, you all know me a little bit more. I want you to be honest, and I want you to raise your hand if you consistently show up every single day for your business. 1.5. Okay. 2.5. That's okay. That is okay, because guess what? Now we've talked about it. Consistency does not have to be 50 messages, 30 presentations, 3 events scheduled. Consistency is showing up for 1 reach out every day. That's it. 1 reach out, 1 follow up, show your face, and hopefully personal development. If you can do that each day, and we'll get a little blunt again, you all go to the bathroom. We all have our phones and we all go to the bathroom. Bring your phone in the bathroom, send your message, send your follow-up. Do not take pictures while you're in the bathroom. Post a different picture. Done. You did it. You did it. Now you did it for 1 day. Now do it tomorrow. Then do it the next day and the next day and the next day. Before you know it, you did it 7 days in a row. Now I want you to increase it. 2 people. 2 people a day. Show up in your stories. Maybe do a post also. Follow up. And then do it again. Do not go from 0 today to 30 because you're so consistent. Don't do it. You're going to burn yourself out. Your fire is going to go right back down here, right back down. You have to climb slowly. Okay. So that was kind of not what we talked about. Sorry, Linda. Team communication.
No, this is
We are communicating though.
awesome.
I see the hands going up and down.
This is really, really great. I mean, I think that, everybody's journey being individual and love it like Taco Bell. Oh my gosh. I mean, I have had a history of getting way behind Taco Bell. I don't eat quite as much now, but really something you love and equate it to that. Of course, we really do. All of us, I know, love our product. And as we share with authenticity. So like when Amy's talking about, if there's this patch you haven't used, it's before you go and talk a lot about that patch, let's talk about what you know and you love, and we can share. I know someone else who's had great results from the Nirvana patch, whatever that is. But if you're coming from that place of authenticity and then identifying what lights your fire, you guys, because you all, I don't know all of you here really well, but I know most of you, and I know you have blazing fires that are just there to help people. Here we are to help people, and whatever it is that leads you to do the little tiny thing every day, show up in that whatever small way so you can start to grow. This is great, Amy. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just love all these points, and make sure I'm taking notes frantically. So.
I talk fast. Sorry, that's a Chicago coming out.
Great.
Catch me if you can. Rebecca, did you have a question?
I was wondering, oh wow, it's been amazing, really amazing. I love the fire. I have dwindled. My fire has definitely dwindled, and so I really appreciate that. And and thinking about my why. I have 3 boys also, and it's really, they're young men now, and I know some of the other people. It's like, why do we do what we do? And we all have our reasons, and not comparing is really great. So I forgot my question. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say it's just amazing. So,
anyone else have questions?
So if you have more, just sort of, you're doing so great. And I'm not sure we didn't really talk about the time here, whether or not you were planning on a half an hour or longer. What was your expectation, Amy? Were you going to be talking for a little bit longer? And could we ask you questions?
Yeah, I was hoping for a little longer. That was probably my question.
So we can go a little longer unless people have questions.
Okay, well, I think you're doing great.
Suzanne
Well,
might have a question. I saw her do something with her
Yeah.
hand. Sure.
Yeah. All right, so if you come up
Melinda?
with a question, you can put it in the chat. We
Okay.
can follow that. Suzanne,
Okay.
did you? Suzanne's on.
Yes, I do have a question. You were talking about social media. How do you reach out to people? I reach out to them all the time. And how do I want to say? My first one was just a friend, and I never thought about her doing the business. I just kept throwing things at her that I was interested in. And finally, one day I went, oh, maybe I ought to ask her if she, okay. And then she said she wanted to be a distributor. And that was back in September. And here we are in December. And I'm going, okay. So, you know, time lapses, but I've gotten 3 people off of social media that are interested in it. And I've got one, I mean, I chased him all across the United States into Hawaii, and he landed there, and finally his free patches ended up there. I've got one in Wyoming, and I'm trying to think where the other one is. How do you reach them, Amy? What do you do that you reach them? Do you just put your normal posts out there, engage in conversation, get them into private chat? You know, what do you do? How do you?
Yeah, this is a great question. So to start, you have to marry the process, divorce the outcome. Okay. So you just said, and I don't have to be nice because I'm not your upline. So I'm going to just be a little blunt with you, but you just said you chased someone essentially all over the US.
Well, it was because he traveled. He was moving all over.
Right.
And I was chase, I don't know, maybe that's a bad word, but 5 patches were mailed to him and they never caught up to him in California. He went to Florida, you know, he was all over. And it's like finally when he landed in Hawaii, I sent him 5 new patches because the other ones didn't catch up to him. So
So
you followed up.
Yes,
You
that
kept
is great
going.
that you kept the conversation going with him, and your heart and your passion show, because you knew that he needed your patches. You knew that. That's why you were so into getting him these things. But I guarantee he knew he was going to be on the move. And we all, you know, you can't trust the post office, right? So I'm not in your company. So understand that if I misspeak something, I'm just speaking from my experience. If I know someone is on the move, okay, I've had this before. People are like, oh, I'm going to buy a house, but we, you know, blah, blah, blah. I don't even give them the option to try my products as samples or send them samples. I give them the option to buy as a customer. So do you guys have a money back guarantee? You try? Okay. 5 patches. I don't know how much that costs you to send to them. Okay. But postage for me to send any of you one of my sample packs is about $10 altogether out of pocket between postage, product, you know, all that. It's about $10. So unless I have talked to you and I know that you need the products and you really want them, but you're just not fully sold on it. And I've already offered you the money back guarantee, but I feel a connection, you know, connections, you'll feel it. I will then say, listen, Linda, I'm going to send you some samples. I want you to try them, but here is the thing. And Suzanne, listen to me with this. You have to set it up so professionally. Linda, I'm going to send you samples. Today is December 13th. So I'm going to mail them tomorrow. That's the 14th. I know it's the holidays, but let's just assume the products are going to be there in a week. Okay. So they're going to be there on the 21st. When do you think that you're going to be able to use them after the 21st? Okay. You're going to use them on the 22nd. Excellent. I'm going to check in with you. And when you mail stuff through UPS or USPS, you get a tracking. Okay. So I print out, I normally have, I just clean my desk. I usually have all these receipts with their names on it. Okay. So I know when they come and it says estimated delivery 21st. So on the 21st, I'm going to reach out to Linda and say, hey, Linda, I wanted to make sure that your package arrived. Did you get it today? I did. Okay. And you told me that you're going to use it on the 22nd. You're still planning to use it tomorrow? Yep. Okay. I'm going to reach out to you tomorrow in the evening just to see what you thought of my products. Okay. So now Linda knows that in agreement, before I even went to the post office, she has to use these products because we set that date that she was going to use them. Then I followed up with her because I'm not just throwing $10 out the door. Okay. So Linda knew I was going to check in with her in a week. Then she confirmed that she was going to use them tomorrow. So I'm going to check in with her again. And in between this time, so your patches are probably not as, you can't visibly see something. For you guys, your patches, I would say between now and when your products arrive, can you just take a note of like how you feel each day so that when you try my patches, you can then note how you feel on those days. Does that make sense for your business? Yeah, ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, take this with a grain of salt.
So how would you follow up with that person? Let's say they like Suzanne, they tried them for their 5 days, or let's say they tried them for the full month money back guarantee.
Mhm.
That's because it's the timing, right? Like I followed up every day for the first few days they were trying them,
Yeah.
but then now it's been a couple weeks.
So, okay, again, I'm just going to make some assumptions here because I'm not in your business, but let's say I send Linda some patches. So we'll go with your company just so we're speaking the same thing. I send her the patches. She gets them on that 21st. She's going to use them on the 22nd and she puts it on, right? And I'm going to tell her where to put it because I'm sure you don't want to put it on your forehead or something. So she uses this patch. So when I check in with her on Saturday and she says, you know, I didn't really feel a difference. Maybe, and I don't know if I like these. Hey, listen, you just used it once. This is why I sent you a couple. Let's try it again tomorrow and make sure that you put it in this spot. This is where it works the best, at least for me. Okay. So you're kind of troubleshooting. If they didn't like it on day one, troubleshoot with them. Again, I don't know enough about your products to go into details, but troubleshoot if they didn't like it. Okay. And then give them that second chance. Now, let's say she goes through her 5 days and she's like, I just don't know. I'm not sure, but I wanted to like them. Linda, I know you wanted to, have more focus. I'm making things up now again. I know you wanted to have more focus and you didn't see the results in the 5 days that I sent you. If you would be willing to give this 30 days consistency, we all know consistency in life, right? Consistency is the key. So if you try it for 30 days, you can get your money back if you don't like it. But would you be willing to try it for 30 days? You need to make sure you're following up with her. Okay. If we're sending it, let's say in any month, it really doesn't matter. But right now, if I sent her 5 patches that are going to make her focused and calm, who is focused and calm right now? It is a crazy month, lots of holidays, schedules are all over the place. You're in new routines. Is that really a good test to see if your products would work or not? Even if it's like a wellness product, like maybe you've got some pre and probiotics that help with this or that. We're all eating and drinking a little differently right now. So it's really not the best time. That's why 30 days, especially if you have a money back guarantee, promote that. So going back to what you said, Suzanne, when I send products, I push the 30-day money back guarantee. And I push it so confidently, just like I push Taco Bell. Listen, I can send you 3 patches and you can try them for 3 days, but you're really not going to see a big difference. It really takes consistent use. We have this amazing money back guarantee. Would you be willing to try it for 30 days, 6 days, whatever your thing is, 30 days? And if you don't like it, no big deal. We'll get you all, set up to get it sent back and your money back, but you'll really see the results after 30 days, not just a sample. And then there are still people that be like, no, then I'll offer to send them a sample, but I make sure that I preface that sample with, you're not going to see a huge change in just 1 use or just 3 uses. Because when you use the products for the first time, were you blown away on day 1?
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. So was I. Okay. Every one of your customers, have they been blown away on day 1?
I've had 2. I couldn't believe it. The first guy, I gave him 5 free patches. I didn't know what I was doing. And he calls me on day 2 and he says, where do I get them? I don't want to run out. And I'm like, oh, really? And then I gave 1 to a gal that was out in front of my apartment. And I finally tracked her down and she says, man, those were awesome. It sweated off after 2 days. I don't have any money, but I want them. It's like, okay. And then I have people that nothing happens and they're too expensive. And then I heard Peter Knoll on a call the other night says, okay, so let's see, stem cell injections that you have to go outside the United States cost $3,000 to $10,000. These are less than a cup of coffee a day, $100 a month. And I had a guy buy.
I said,
That
you-
he
you-
said,
you don't know.
you know, these are expensive, and you know, I don't buy immediately. And the other thing is, he's not feeling anything, and he wanted to buy, and I'm going like, okay, fine.
You know,
Yeah,
Suzanne,
so-
the other strategy you guys could use if you're mailing patches is as soon as you put them in the mail, you set up that follow-up call at 1 week with your upline. So because your upline, even if they don't have the patches, can set the expectation. Okay, so here's what's going to happen when you put the patches on. All right, you've turned on 3,000 younger genes. All right, so this is starting to happen in your body. You may not feel anything at all. And that's why we want to make sure you give it a long enough. And then, you know, at 6 weeks, your brain's going to be more clear. So they can go through the expectations. And at that point, at that 3-way call, even if they don't have the patches, that's a great time for them to say, let's go ahead and get you on auto ship so you can have the full experience and really see if this is going to make a difference. And so I know that we are all happy to do 3-way calls with you to support you guys as you're reaching out to people in this way.
Good idea.
Yeah.
And it's also important to tell people, listen, I used it one time and I had a huge change, but I have other customers that it takes a couple weeks or a couple months to see that change. So I can't really tell you what you're going to experience, but I do know that consistency helps. So and that same thing, there are going to be people that you send these patches to, and I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a waste of money. They're not going to respond, whatever. It's okay. You just have to know that at some point they wanted them and you offered them to them and you move on from it. Right. So it's just like I was telling you about this black lipstick. You can say, listen, I had a woe is me first use. Other people, my friend Susie, she takes, it took her about 6 weeks, whatever you guys probably know. And like Linda said, let your upline or your sideline or whoever be the expert that does more of the selling, because that's not you then. So then you still have that relationship with the person and you can be like, wow, my friend Linda gave you so much information. She's just trying to explain, how other people experience it and what they can expect. She just gets, and you can do this. She gets really excited. She sometimes overshares, but we just really love these things. So you can kind of use that as, because that's a lot of information. If someone came to me and was like, using all these big words and telling me all these benefits, and I just have one patch and I'm like, I don't even know what the heck this thing is. It's okay, because they're going to remember what she said. They're going to remember the benefits she told them, right? So the brain clarity, you're going to feel that that person, I would hear that. I'm like, okay, she said something about 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 something, brain clarity. That's what would stick in my head. So I would know it's going to be more than 5 patches. It could be 6 because she could have said 6 days. But it doesn't matter. You're just connecting them with someone who is the expert, and that isn't you. That third-party validation is huge, and it takes all the work off your shoulders. Put it on them to do that for you. So, okay, well, we have about 9 more minutes, and then I do have to hop on another call. So is there any other, so Suzanne, did that answer your question? Just setting the follow-up and being honest with them.
Okay, how do I want to say? Yes and no. Okay, the social media thing is.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. I remember you asked.
Is where I need to go. Okay.
Okay.
So say social media is your platform where
yes.
you make it.
And like the way you were talking, were you actually talking to those people or were you texting them? Or yeah, that's the part I want to know, just like Suzanne.
Okay. So this is another thing. You may have heard this from other people. This is how I do my business. Okay. And I have teammates under me that are complete opposite. They are on the phone with every single person. I have been in this business for 5 years. If I've signed up, let's just say I've signed up 100 customers this year, I can probably guarantee you that I've maybe been on the phone with 2 of them. Maybe. I do not get on the phone with anyone. I even have a voicemail from one of my customers from last Tuesday that I've not listened to because I hate being on the phone. They know that. I don't, and I show them that. Everything is done through texting. I do a lot of like text replacement, which we can talk about again in a future call. I don't get on the phone with a lot of people. And I know some people are like, that is wrong. You should be talking to people. It's just how I built my business. I'm always on the go. I'm always in loud places. Who knows what you will hear in the background? My husband wasn't home. You would have had seen at least one, maybe two boys by now. It isn't for me. So social media. When I build cold market, you can find anyone anywhere, literally anywhere. If you are on Facebook, if you are on Instagram, if you are on TikTok, Linda said brain clarity. Okay, so your patch must help with focus of some sort. If you search the word focus in the search bar and any of those things, you are going to have something come up. Whether it's somebody making a post about it, there might be a group about it. It doesn't matter. You can find people that way. Okay, if you put up stories, if you put up posts, if you do reels, anyone who likes, comments, or views those, they could benefit from your products, correct? Reach out to them. Hey, Kim, I saw you, reviewing my stories. I'm not sure if you're interested in my products or you were just supporting me. I'd love to, tell you more about the patch that has changed my life. Would you be open to taking a look? If yes, great. If not, no big deal. Okay. Just like in person, you can help everyone. If your patch helps with focus, everyone wants focus. Everyone wants brain clarity. You don't even have to, you can go to any group. Okay. This is going to kind of blow your mind. I can search Chicago White Sox, and there is tons of groups, tons of pages on Facebook. That is my main platform. You can search a hashtag. I could search Chicago White Sox on Instagram, click the hashtag, and there's going to be a whole bunch of things. Every single person in that group could benefit from focus, correct? Right? Brain clarity. You got something for them. You can find people that way. You can go to a post on Chicago White Sox Facebook page and say, hey, Robin, I came across your name on the Chicago White Sox Facebook page. I live in the area. That's my favorite team. Listen, I know this has nothing to do with the Chicago White Sox, but I'm just curious if you could benefit from some extra focus in your life. If so, I'd love to share some information. If not, no big deal. And then you copy that message and you save it somewhere, and then you send it to the other 1,000 people that have also liked that Chicago White Sox post that have nothing to do with what you're trying to talk to them about. But you have something, this comes back, right, to Taco Bell, because I know some of you are probably like, that's yucky, that's spammy. Just like I could say to them, hey, David, I came across your name on the Chicago White Sox. That's my favorite team. I live in the area. I know this has nothing to do with the Chicago White Sox, but I'm just curious, do you like Taco Bell? Because I absolutely love Taco Bell. I would love to hear what your favorite product is from there. David might be like, okay, crazy lady, what does this have to do with Taco Bell? But I'm trying to explain to you that you have something that could benefit someone. Whether that person, whether David comes back and says, oh yeah, I want to hear about your focus, your, more focus, great. Or David might not respond at all. Who cares? You don't even know him. Let David go keep liking the White Sox. He doesn't have focus that you could give him. Okay. So you can copy and paste this message to hundreds of people in minutes. It doesn't take long. You just copy and paste and you can send it because you have something to offer them. So don't feel bad about it. End it with okay, one more thing. You have to let them know where you found them, what you want, and if not, no big deal. Okay? If you do those three things, nobody can come at you and be like, why did you reach out to me? Well, I told you why I reached out to you. I found you on the Chicago White Sox page. What do you want? I told you what I want. I've got focus. I'm wondering if you want some too. How do I say no to you? If not, no big deal. You are allowing them to not question where you found them. It's not a spammy message where you're saying, hey, Linda, I've got this amazing focus patch. You need to buy it. Do you want to buy it from me? That's spammy. That is spammy cold market. We do not do that. Okay. You are not going to sleep well if you do that. You are offering every single person more clarity. If they want it, great. If they don't want it, no big deal. you move on from them. There is millions of other people to talk to.
And the other thing that as you're reaching out to folks, they're going to go look at your profile. So your profile is like your calling card. And if you haven't put anything on you of you in the past, several years, they're going to look at it and think this isn't a real person. So one thing that if you think of your profile is something that if you get a message, give a message to someone, they're going to go look at your profile. So just starting to think about how you can be authentic on your own profile is helpful. And then people get to this point of asking the question different ways. Some people like to have a conversation and using that, and some people go direct. And I've heard people say, well, try it both ways. See what works, see what feels good to you, right? And I think it's great when the more people we can ask, the more people we help. So you keep that in mind. It's like,
Okay, what I do, Amy, is I go into private chat and talk to them. I'm not in a Facebook type situation. I'm on Gab, and I don't talk to them in the open. I take them into private chat and I say, I've got something that may be of interest to you. If you want, I will give it to you, and then ask them to meet me in private chat. Is that
so I do all mine in private chat also. What you're doing is correct, but you are already assuming they want your information before you ask them if they're open to it. So what I would do when you comment, instead of saying, meet me in private chat, I've got something that can help you, meet me in private chat, I would say, reply to their message. Hey, Suzanne, I sent you a message, might be in your other folder, something like that. You should not ever give information or assume that they want information until they say yes. So in my message, I said, I've got something that can help with focus. Would you be open to taking a look at it? I'm not going to send them anything on focus on my patch until they tell me yes.
okay? And then when they say yes, you open the private chat to them. Okay.
So no, if you find someone, so let's say someone is complaining about focus on their profile, their page, and you can help them with that. I would respond, hey, Suzanne, sending you a message. Then I would send a message that says that I've got something that could help you with focus. Would you be open to taking a look at it?
You're putting that latter part in the chat.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So, and then if they say yes, then I'll send more information. If they say no, I do not try and send more information to them. They said no, I move on from them. There's more people to talk to, especially when you're doing cold market, because you can talk to everyone. It's not like you're limited to just your family or just your friends. You can talk to everyone. So we can, Linda, if you want to write down cold market, we can go over this maybe next month. There's a couple other things that we can keep talking about, because there's definitely way more ways to do this too with cold market. I mean, we could literally talk forever about all of this, but if you have I hope that this has been beneficial to you guys, but if you have other topics, like Linda said, I will be here every month with you guys, once a month, assuming you want to come on and listen to me. But if you have other topics that you're wondering about, just let her know. Because the more I know ahead of time, then I can prepare. And I mean, I literally had no notes except for the note that we didn't even talk about, which was team communication. So we can talk about that next time too. But it just letting her know more things, and then we can come in and be direct. And because if we open it up to where it's just open conversations, it gets to be, it's hard to kind of keep it concise. And I don't want to take up a lot of your time, because I respect your guys' times too. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here. No, and please, in closing,
thank you so much.
Just know that this is what has worked for me. Okay. So if you leave here and you're like, she's crazy, I would never do that, that's okay. Because again, I like Taco Bell and I don't care if you like it or not. I'm just telling you what has helped me. And I have teammates. My cousin is my strongest teammate, and we are polar opposites. You say the word cold market to her and she is out the door, goodbye. It's not her thing. So we can talk about, your community, building warm market in a cold way. We can talk about that in the future. But just know that the perfect way to build your business is what feels right to you. Not what Amy says, not what Linda says, not what David says, what makes you sleep well at night and feel good. Okay. Be willing to get a little uncomfortable and do things, try things differently. But if you are not sleeping well at night, then that's not working. You got to figure something else out. So I come in, I'm a little more blunt. I don't want to be in conversations with people. I don't really care what color your shirt is or what the weather's like or what your holiday plans are. I just want to offer you what I have to offer. If you say yes, great. If you say no, and I'm truly invested in you, then I'll say like, have a great holiday. You know, I'd love to hear your plans. But I don't get into tons of conversations that are dragging along because they know, I know at least, that eventually I'm going to ask them the question. So why am I waiting all this time to build this friendship with them when we could just connect? They say no, and guess what? Now they might follow me. Now they might go to my page and be like, oh, look, she likes this stuff. You never know, but I do not like being in thousands of conversations about kids and weather and plants. It's not my thing. Just
That's awesome. I love
in
the
and get out.
clarity.
Yes.
Thank you.
And the authenticity and just being so honest. So thank you
Mhm.
so much, Amy.
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you
It's
very
been
much.
great.
Enjoyed it.
All right.
Thank you.
Very helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sunny, for inviting her.
All right,
Dr.
yes.
Linda.
Thanks for joining all, and Amy, I'll see you later and see
Sounds
everybody
good.
else tomorrow. Okay. All right.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.